What's up, guys? So I fixed my TR50, the Generation 2, the one that the barrel spring kind of popped off. There's a little bit of like debris on the O-ring. The O-ring was okay on the valve, on the inside of the valve, but there was some kind of like debris in there, and I think it was getting in the way of the firing pin and the bolt and the O-ring, so it wasn't sealing correctly. But another thing I noticed was that my puncture cap was like leaking, and I couldn't really figure out like why or whatever. So after shooting it a few times with multiple different CO2 cartridges, um, I don't know if this will work for everybody, but obviously I put grease on the threads and on the O-ring itself, and after I did that, it still was leaking. And then I started investigating like how does this function. So when you tighten this into your marker, it's expanded out like this. So when you tighten this in here, you'll hear a click pretty soon. Okay, or not. So when you pressurize this, So when you pressurize this, you're gonna strike this, right? And that's when you're gonna hear the click and you're gonna see this twist. So see how this is oriented? It's like pretty much like flat with the camera. I'm gonna push this slowly and you're gonna see the cap turn. All right, maybe this will be a little bit better because you can see the words. So strike is, the word strike up top is pretty much like almost like flat or like straight across left and right horizontally. So I'm going to push this and it's going to turn. Did you see it turn? So it kind of like turned like this, and that's when you press it. There's some little mechanical like spring action kind of stuff, kind of like the Salt Supply S2 puncture cap, and probably sort of like the Pistel X68 puncture cap. So like you can vent this by twisting it like this, and if you turn it hard enough, it'll lock back into place. So right now it's like going back to like the second stage, I guess. So when you turn this hard enough to basically unscrew this, it pops back out. So once I realized that it does that, I took the cap out and started like actually looking at this. So I figured, okay, if I'm twisting this and then I press it down, it's gonna like turn. So see how the it's kind of like a cross shape right now, up and straight down. So I'm gonna press this and it's gonna twist itself. And also, if you look in there, you can see that puncture pin, and then there's like a flat side on top and a flat side on the bottom. And I'll try to get my camera to focus a little bit better. I don't know why it's being trash. So you can see a flat side on top and bottom of that puncture pin inside of here. So when I push this, it's going to rotate. And that's basically, I just struck the CO2 cap. And you can see it's a little bit different. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, this moves. This housing moves independently of that puncture pin. And what I did was I put a couple drops of oil when it's locked in the second stage, as it is now. I put some oil in this. I already put like 4 drops. I don't want to like put excessive oil, but I put 2 drops of oil like on the top side of the pin and the bottom side of the pin, and then I put it back to stage 1, which would be like you're unscrewing it from the bottom of your marker. So I'm just gonna try to do this all greasy hands and stuff. See how it popped back out, and then I put more oil on top of this, and then I work the oil in. So press it down. So now it's like on that stage where you struck the bottom of the cap, and then undo it, and then just kind of do that a couple times and work the oil in, and then I put the CO2 in my handle. Tighten this down, made sure it was all tight and good to go, and then I struck my CO2, and I had no hissing or like random little leaks or anything like that. So yeah, that's just like a kind of quick little easy fix that might help you if you bought a Generation 2 T4E, either this TR50 or the Generation 2 TR50, or you bought an HDP50 Generation 2 or you may have just bought a strike cap, just from John Reynolds, or from Alternate Arms Self Defense John Reynolds, or from like MCS, or I think Rockstar Tactical. I don't know if they have them yet, but there's multiple different people that sell these, or companies that sell these now. But yeah, if you bought one and you notice it's leaking, try greasing this and then putting oil on this, on the puncture pin, pressing it down, putting a couple more drops of oil, twisting it so that it's in the like release position, and then just keep working that oil in. And that might help you. That might not help you. I don't want to mess with this because I'm giving this away as a gift, so I'm not going to be dismantling this or anything. But yeah, that might help you. Hopefully it does. It fixed my issue because yeah, there was a little bit of a leak coming from like this general area, and it obviously doesn't leak out through the bottom because that's solid. It's a solid pin or piece of metal or something in there. So yeah, hopefully that helps you. And I know it won't work for everybody, but it's just a random thing that I noticed with my quick pierce cap for the second generation T4E stuff. So have a good one.